welcome to Backstage. I am your host, Mr. Magic. The gentleman you see sitting to me, to my right, looks exactly like NiIkki Bascome, the boxer. He really does, splitting image of him. But this is not NiIkki Bascome, the boxer. I just want to make sure of that. This is NiIkki Bascome, the songwriter, the singer, the producer, the entertainer, the all-around. I can rap like Tupac sometimes on the weekends.
Yeah.
I got that pretty much covered?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Thanks, Nick. Really, thanks for coming. I mean, yes, everyone knows you as the guy in the ring, in the squared circle, doing what you're doing, training, fighting. We're not talking about that today. We can throw a little bit in here and there. What we want to talk to you about is you and your music, man. A lot of people don't know that you got two great videos out already. One that we're going to feature later on in the show called Picture Me. And let's just start with that. Where did the inspiration of singing and performing come from? Where did that come from with you?
It's been something I've always done in my childhood years to express myself. As you know, I lost both my parents when I was young.
Mhm.
So I always find comfort in writing music to, express pain sometimes.
Okay. All right. And so, okay, I see that, because then you got people that they will write poetry,
Yeah.
but they have to express it in some form or fashion. Some people will say in your career in the ring, you express yourself differently when you're fighting. And then you come out of the ring, it's like, is that the same guy that was in there? So you have to kind of hone it back a little bit.
Yeah.
How much freedom with your music do you have, as far as that expression that you speak of?
A lot. It's something I do in my spare time, and I just write thoughts and different things that I'm going through in my phone, and then I put it together as a song.
Okay. So you find yourself, like you said, you use your phone, like a thought will come to mind for a lyric that you record and you'll hit and you do, yeah?
Yeah.
Now that's, see, right there, that's a true sign of somebody dedicated to what they do in that regard.
Yeah.
Because I know of like comedians that would do that. They'll be just there and then they'll be laughing. And all of a sudden they bring on the notepad and I got to write this down now.
Or you will lose it.
Or you will lose it.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen a comedian's notebook, there's no structure to it.
Mhm.
Meaning they don't start at the top of the line and write that there and then put that one next to it. No, they'll write something in that corner. They got a napkin somewhere, write down on that, then they have to transfer it over.
I can relate. I can relate.
I was just gonna say, you find yourself doing things like that?
Especially like with my schedule as, being a fighter.
Yeah.
Got a lot of things I'm gotta attend to, running the gym, and so sometimes my mind is a little all over the place.
Yeah.
So I have to write it down and I'll come back to it. And then, like you said, it's all scrambled, but I understand it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I found myself at times, I mean, I am by far, I'm not a comedian. I tell jokes, you know what I'm saying? In my act, I'll tell a joke here and there, and I'm that kind of funny. I'm not gonna, I've done stand-up. I'm not great at it. I'm okay with it. People have accepted it. But I find myself, like you said, sometimes writing jokes at the strangest time and trying to remember it.
Mhm.
I was walking from my car one day, going into my house. And a joke just came to mind about someone standing there using the electric door. They're trying to open up their door. And all of a sudden, their cars just keep blinking. And they'd be looking back, why is my car lights blinking? But they're standing there just, and I'm like, was that funny to me at that time? At that time, yes. Then after you think about it, not so funny. Do you find yourself writing lyrics like that, then realizing, no, that doesn't fit? Or do you just go beyond that and carry on with what you have already put on paper? Or
Yeah, so like it all depends on, what the topic's about.
okay.
And if I feel like this ain't going with what I'm talking about, then I'll scrap it.
Well, you have creative license because it's
Yeah.
just you doing it.
Yeah. So a lot of times I find myself like either late nights or like if I can't go sleep or something, and thoughts just start coming to me.
Yeah.
And I try to write them down. And then before you know it, it's just flowing.
That's
Flowing. And before you know it, I got a 16 and then a hook. And then it all comes together.
okay. That's a great creative process for someone that has that ability. Because people get writer's block sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Doing things like that because they're putting all that time into it, trying to lay out the perfect, script,
Mhm.
for what they're doing. and I know of this with writing plays that I've done, that you get to a point, you can write a song in an hour, but then look at it and then say, you know what, I need to change some things. You take your time, and then 3 weeks later, you're rewritten the song over that period.
Yeah.
And you relating this to your life. I mean, everything factual in regards to everything you've written about. How many songs, other than the 2 that I know of, have you actually put together?
Jeez, now you done it. Because I got a lot of songs that are unreleased.
Of course, I get that.
Because it's something that I do, in my spare time. So it's not something that I do 100%.
So you're not pursuing it as a career.
No. It's just something that I do to, like I said, to get things off my chest and leave my positive imprint in the world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My little light of mine, like, I like to shine that positive, positive talk.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we need that, a lot of times, the music is brainwashing some kids, and I like to, spit facts.
That would be it.
And so, that's just me.
No, I get it.
I find, like, with music, for me, it believe it or not, it helped raise me.
Okay.
I learned a lot through music. Growing up, I remember when I first heard DMX, slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up.
Got you.
I got to get up. That was big for me, because I was going through a lot of emotions at the time, and I needed that motivation and inspiration to keep me up, because it was a song talking about his struggles.
Yeah.
With his addiction and his childhood, and I felt it. I could relate to it.
Yeah.
And it brought me up. It gave me that inspiration.
I mean, because we all know the greatest saying of all in regards to slipping and falling. It's not how many times you do fall, but how many times you get up. 7 times fall, 7 times get back up again.
Exactly.
They can't keep you down. That's what it is. Don't let them knock you down and keep you down.
Exactly.
You get back up. And that analogy works in some areas, and a lot of areas, unless you get knocked out in the ring. And then you ain't getting up, there ain't no 8 count, there ain't no nothing.
Right.
They will wake you up later and tell you the fight's over.
Yeah.
But in this case, your struggles that will knock you down.
Yeah.
Let's get back up. Let's go for it. Let's fight through this. Literally, let's fight through this.
For sure.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and talk about your processing that you do. Because like I said, we all know you as the guy with the golden gloves. We know this. But let's talk about NiIkki, the guy that's humble, that has a father. You know what I'm saying? His living a life outside. If you guys don't know, he delivers sometimes.
Yeah.
So I guess so.
Yeah.
We do this. So we're going to talk about this when we come back. More backstage right after this.